There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. Click your heels 3 times in your ruby red slippers because it is the full moon in Cancer. I'm Meagan Maris, and I'm here to bring you your full moon in Cancer energy update. And this energy report is for the weeks of January 3rd through January 17th. So, this powerful full moon in Cancer is not only supercharged because the moon is big, bright, and beautiful, but this moon is going to be opposing Venus and Mars as they are conjunct to the sun. So we have the sun, we have Mars and Venus all in Capricorn up in the sky, and they're competing in their Capricorn energy to decide who is the most important. The sun is saying, I'm the most important because I shine every day. And Mars is saying, I'm the most important because I'm the one that helps people to take action and gives them their drive and their willpower. And Venus is saying, I'm the most important because I'm what allows people to love and to be loved and to attract and to receive all of the beauty of the world. And then the moon in Cancer is saying, what about me? I'm the one that offers light at night and nobody cares about me. Nobody cares about what I do. Everybody's always worried about themselves. That's the shadow side of Cancer energy, is this like self-sacrificing energy. Like, I'm going to give and give and give because I have this maternal instinct, but then I'm not going to advocate for my own needs and then make everybody sorry for it. So if this feels like an internal dialogue of what's happening in here or collectively, you're not alone. Luckily, this moon is conjunct to Sirius, which means that in all of this hodgepodge of energy and polarities that are pulling us all over the place, we also have the energy of Sirius, the bright star of Sirius, that's shining through the highest wisdom on the planet and saying, we're going to get through this. You will find balance. Because let's face it, when the moon is opposing Venus, that alone is tough. It's like what we want and what we desire, in like what we need and what we want. It's like a push pull. And then Mars opposing moon, it's like we want to take action, but like emotionally we don't feel ready or we don't feel prepared. So it's like we're being like pulled out of our comfort zone and it doesn't feel good. Cancer energy wants to feel good. And so I was reading an article on Astrology King about this full moon, and it used the words true colors. Like, remember that Cyndi Lauper song? I can see your true colors. That's why I love you. You know, true colors are going to be revealed. We're going to see what people are really about. So, this moon is like shining the light on discernment. Now, full moons in general are a time of release. It's a time of culmination. So think about what's been brewing since June of last year. I can't believe we're already in a new year. It's last year. So around June of 2025, maybe early July, we had our new moon in Cancer. I can't recall when. And so from that time period, something has been building and something has been brewing. And now it's coming to this completion, this culmination. And so then we have this opposition, right, to Venus, the sun, and Mars and Capricorn. So all this energy is saying, like, we've got to get things done. We've got things to accomplish. We have goals. We have visions. We have deadlines. And the moon in Capricorn is saying, but wait, I want to feel good. I want to relax. I want to feel cozy. So maybe that push pull is like you have all of this work to do when like you really just want to like rest and just be, but you don't have the time for it. Or maybe with the moon and Venus, it's like you really want something, but like it's not what you need. Like you need something else. Like it's kind of just like it's like the Madonna whore thing, right? Like when we try to compartmentalize a woman as the patriarchy has done. They say sometimes when like men, for example, have moon opposing Venus in their chart, that it's like they compartmentalize like a woman in that way. And like the moon opposing Venus is like compartmentalizing ourselves, like especially if we have strong feminine energy. It's like we might feel like pushed and pulled in a direction of like where we want to go, but where we are, and like nothing feels comfortable right now. It's a full moon where we want to be comfortable and nothing feels comfortable. Then we have Mars in Capricorn that's just like pushing us to take action. But if we're taking action from a place of discomfort and feeling disgruntled and resentful and burnt out, we're not going to get the results that we want. So Sirius, the star of Sirius, is saying, look at all of this with curiosity. How can you approach what's happening here without judging yourself, without making anybody wrong for what is? And then how can you honestly like look at what is showing you? What we see in this full moon cannot be unseen. So yes, we might want certain things, but in order to get it, we have to accept certain realities. We have to accept that people will always be the way they are, but we don't have to stay in a place of unforgiveness or fear or worry. We can accept that we can find a new level of comfort. You know, maybe there are certain things that have changed and we're in this like liminal space, right? Because we just started a 1 year, but we're still in the energy of the snake. We're a 1 snake now instead of a 9 snake. So instead of a dying snake, we're a reborn snake, but we're still a snake. We're not a horse yet. So until we get to February 17th, when we have that new moon and solar eclipse in Aquarius, it's like we're still in the darkness. I mean, I woke up today at 7:30. I'm like, why is it still dark outside? That's kind of like the energy of this moon. Why is it still dark outside? Why is it that we're in a new year, but nothing feels good yet? And maybe it does feel good, but like, you know, it just doesn't feel right. And maybe it's like you're having to choose. So that's the thing with the Cancer Capricorn energy. It's like you have to choose between work or home or comfort or discomfort. And, you know, we really have to find like what is home to you, and think about the Cancer energy as like the mother. Like, how do you nurture yourself? How do you nurture other people in the middle of this discomfort? So I'm going to be pulling some cards from my deck, the Mermaid Empowerment Oracle. And the first card that we have is beautiful for this: acceptance. I accept what is and create from there. So we have to accept that things aren't going to feel the way we'd like them to feel. Of course, we may still have beautiful moments. We'll always have beautiful moments, but there's going to be still a lot of challenges because we're still in that stake energy. We're still unraveling, even if it feels like there's no unraveling left to unravel. So this card acceptance is saying, I accept what is and create from there. We can accept that we don't accept something. We can accept that we can't accept how crappy something feels right now. Or we can accept that we don't want to be tired anymore. I accept that I don't like this. I accept that I want it to be different. We can accept that we don't accept something, but that's still acceptance, and it's helping us to just stop fighting what is. If we're trying to fight what is, we don't have any energy to move through the discomfort into the new timeline. And then we have bliss. The Mermaid Empowerment for bliss is, I embody the bliss of my soul's true purpose. So we've got to accept what is and create from there, and then move into this energy of bliss, which is saying, what is the thing that lights you up? So the thing that you enjoy. So maybe that's your work, your spiritual work. Maybe it's a hobby or a creative action or pursuit. It's like, how can you keep busy, not in a space of like burnout busy, but of like slow, like consistent action and moving towards your goal, even if you can't feel it just yet or see it just yet. And then we have creation. The Mermaid Empowerment for creation is, I am the artist of my fairy tale life. So in order to create a new reality, we have to accept our current one. That's just what it is. And once we decide where we want to go with this creation, we have to let it go and get into this chop wood, carry water of not thinking about how and why and when it's going to happen, but instead putting our focus back on service and love and gratitude, all those good things. Then we have surrender, and echoes was at the bottom of the deck. So we still have this North Node in Pisces energy. It's saying, I surrender. The Mermaid Empowerment for surrender is, I'm available for the best possible outcome. And so that means that we say, this is what I'd like. And if there's something even better, I'll take that. And it's just like trusting, like we are getting our wings, like this card is showing us, but it's going to take time. You know, we're still waking up when it's dark outside. And then with echoes at the bottom of the deck, it's saying, I witnessed the echoes and watched them fade. And along with it, we have this message of non reaction. So it's almost like things from our past are coming back to test us and say, like, are you still going to get tripped up by this thing? Are you still going to react to it? Are you still going to like stay up late worrying about it and like, you know, thinking about the worst case scenario instead of being available for the best possible outcome? So I'm going to pull from the tarot now and see what the tarot message is. That was a much longer message with the mermaid cards than I thought it would be, but we have a lot to think through, a lot to feel through, and Cancer asks us to feel. So then we have the Page of Wands. So I feel like this is beautiful energy for this full moon in Cancer. It's like shooting your shot. It's going for it. You know, even though, yes, like emotionally, it's a lot. Emotionally, this week, there's a lot rising up to the surface, right? And we've got to be with that. We've got to take care of ourselves. We've got to feel it. But we've also got to alchemize it and use it to just keep going. This Capricorn energy, all these planets in Capricorn, especially now that Mercury's in Capricorn, we have a Capricorn stellium, like Mercury, Venus, Mars, the sun, it's all in Capricorn. So yes, it might feel a little bit cold. It might not feel like we're getting a big warm hug from the universe, but we also have a ton of energy to get shit done. So cry it out and then go finish your project. Cry it out and complete that task. Cry it out and then make a list of all the ways you're going to be the best boss and entrepreneur and whatever you want to be in 2026 and claim success. We've got to feel it first, but success is still coming. Shoot your arrows in this Capricorn energy and call on the Sirians. The Sirians are saying, we're here to offer you the wisdom to understand that there can be a balance when it feels like you're having to choose between two polarities. The Sirians are saying, we're bringing in this wisdom. So even though the things from the past are coming back, they're showing you how much you've grown and how you can not react to that. So if you want support on this year of the fire horse that we are officially starting in February, I would encourage you to get a year of the fire horse energy reading. These are so powerful. They're much more powerful even than I anticipated they would be. They are so thorough. You're going to get a PDF guide that talks about your year, your fire horse message, a message from your star family, your mermaid empowerment of the year, your tarot card of the year. You're going to get personalized guidance for all of the eclipses, all of the retrogrades, all of the moons, and all of your personal transits for the year. It's jam-packed in all of this informative, organized way so you can follow this guide through the whole year and stay on top of your astrology transits and know exactly what themes are coming and how to be prepared for it. And if you want more support, then you can book a galactic reading or an astrology session or a mystical mentorship session. And I'd love to support you this year. So you can find that link in bio. You can also find me on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube if you're watching this at Meagan Mermaid. And I love you so much. I hope that you have a wonderful full moon in Cancer and give yourself a big hug because you deserve it. And if you don't nurture and love yourself, who will? Have a great day.